Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Learn with Jason. Today on the show, I am doing another solo. We started out. The plan was I was going to have Dom on the show today, but unfortunately, he had to reschedule at the last minute. That's okay though, because like I am for sure ready to work on this swag store. Um, so. Yeah, Dom is definitely too busy buying the corgi tank tops. Speaking of which, let's just take a minute and just go look at this. Um, yeah, this is incredible. The Party Corgi tank top, as made famous by the one and only Chris Biscardi, is now for sale in the Egghead swag store, and you should 100% go and buy one of those because it's. I mean, look at this thing. This is a work of art. Uh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, go get one of those. Also, thank you for the subscription, Rocky Kev. I see you did that before we even started, so I appreciate the vote of confidence. I wasn't even talking yet, and you were ready. Um, okay, so let's maybe start with a review. So where were we the last time that we left off? I have a pull request going that I have to find. So it's under, let's see, Netlify swag site, I think it is. Oh, that's the wrong one. Here we go. New swag store. So I have I've got a pull request up for this. It is, let's see, I'm just gonna have to look up the URL because it looks like we're missing the one that I need. It's this one? Yeah, okay. So this is the live store that we're at now. It's a Netlify deploy preview, which means it's building from a branch. It's building from this PR. So the live site right now is a placeholder. You know, we've got some new stuff coming. Speaking of which, if you are not already, you may want to get on this list to get a get a notification when the store goes live, because we'll put a little something in there when it does go live. But yeah, so what's up, Will? Thank you for the bits. Rocky Kev, where do I know you from in real life? Where did we meet? Okay, so let's get this thing going. Let's get moving here. So I'm gonna move out to. I need to get my new branch. Oh, cool. Yeah. What's up, man? Was that last night that we met? I went to the Portland Jamstack meetup last night and saw Benaya from Netlify, one of my coworkers, and Todd, I think his name is, from Fauna, do some presentations. It was pretty cool. Months and months ago. Oh damn, we gotta get back out to more things. Um, what are my branches called? New store. That's the one I want. Get checkout, feature, new store. What? What's even? What even happened in here? What did I change? Oh, I just added Gatsby folders to it. That seems like something I need. I'm going to blow it away. So let's just reset this. And it's gone. Okay, so now I'm going to check out feature new store. All good. Start getting, we're still not have a. Oh, dist is just the. All right, so I'm just going to remove that folder. I don't need it anymore. What else is in here that I don't need? I think we're in good shape. I don't need those functions anymore. Get those out of here. What else? What else needs to go? I think that's all. So now let's install. What's up, Lars? Thanks for joining. So where we got to yesterday while we're waiting for this to install is, or what, not yesterday. What day was it? It was on Tuesday, Monday, something like that. We did the initial setup of the store. So we created a Shopify store and grabbed a storefront token from it. And then we hooked up to the Shopify storefront API using Gatsby Store Shopify. And that gives us access to our products. And so that we could get the images optimized through Gatsby, we've also set up the Sharp transformer. Then in our index file, we kind of just set up the basics, right? We wrote a query that pulls in every product that is available for sale. And then we get its title, type, description tags, and then the variants, which are sizes, for example, or if you wanted to do colors or something like that. So these variants give us what the variant title is, so small, medium, large, and then the image for that variant, which gives us the thumbnail for it. And then we grab the price with the amount and the currency code and the unique identifier, which we can use for looping and things like that. Then we kind of just stood up a really basic page. So we dump all of the data so we can see what's in there, put up some basic information, and then we loop through all of the products and use this product component that for the moment is just kind of printing data. It's not really the markup that we're going to use or anything like that. It's just showing us what's on the screen, right? So we have 3 products. I don't think these products are finalized where these will, well, this one exists. But this t-shirt and this canvas tote, those are things that we're thinking about. They're not necessarily real things. So don't get too attached to the items themselves. These are for testing, not for sale yet. So what I want to do then is I want to go in and I want to, I think I'm just going to log. Did it let me log in? Great. So let's go into the Swag store. And we're going to look at what we want to actually get done today. And so what I would like to do today is I would like to get to the point that we've got the basics of this page set up. And I think we can do that largely with, we can use the data that we've got. I think we should, but I might also pad it a little bit with dummy data because I'm not sure that we really want to dive into, maybe we'll go and add some more products, but ultimately I think I might just like loop through the products twice or something to get extra products. We are not going to do the sticker fitting room. If you watched a few episodes back, let's see, which one was it? We did an episode where we scoped this project. And so you can see us scope the project in there, and that resulted with this this list of kind of what our MVP is. And I've done a bad job of actually converting these into issues like I should have. I'm kind of taking shortcuts because I'm the only dev on this project, right? So it will become better. I'll be better when I'm not alone. For now, I'm just going to talk out loud and keep a lot of video records in case we need to go back and figure out what it was that I was talking about. Chris, that is absolutely true. Because I'm the only dev, that means I'm the best dev on this project. Okay, so that means that I want to take this design, and I'm going to start building out these cards. So maybe what we can do is we can start with a basic. Let's start with kind of a layout file. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a components, and then inside of components, I'm going to create layout.js. And in here, I think what I want is, let's see. So I think what I want here is probably just a pretty simple wrapper to start. I am going to use theme UI though, because I want to be able to control all of the colors from a single place, and we're going to be using different color modes. And theme UI has already kind of given us those controls, so we don't have to do that on our own. So let's do yarn add Gatsby plugin theme UI. And I need more stuff with that, so let's look that up. So we're going to do Gatsby plugin theme UI. Right. So we'll just drop these in here for your viewing pleasure. And I'm going to install Gatsby plugin theme UI. And then I also need theme UI itself, Emotion Core, and MDX.js React. Perfect. Let's get those. Theme UI, Emotion Core, and MDX.js React. Okay. Now let's take a look at what we need. Looks like I can just drop this straight in. Are there any config options? No, it looks like we don't need any config options, so I can go right into our Gatsby config and install it. I'll put it right up at the top, Gatsby plugin theme UI. Then that means in here, I can write a Gatsby plugin theme UI, and it's going to be index.js, I believe. Gatsby plugin theme UI / index, good. And I can export our colors. So start with an object. That object is going to have colors. It's going to have a few other things too. Fonts. Okay, what else? Most of this I might not stress about just yet. Do I need... I don't know, Chris, what do you mean? What do I need? I'm just following the docs. Let me look at the theme UI site. Docs. Interesting. Wait, what? I don't have to install anything? Nikki, Dom had to reschedule. There was a conflict at work, so we are we're calling an audible. All right, so I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna get rid of these, and I'm gonna get rid of this, and we're just gonna use Gatsby plugin theme UI, and I want to see what happens. Okay. It's not complaining. Those are all different things. Gatsby plugin theme UI is missing theme UI. This one, okay, so we do need theme UI. Theme UI. All right, so there's if anybody's looking to make their first PR, there are several things you can do. First of all, on this page, you can update this block to include theme UI as a dependency. And on this page needs a full update, it looks like, because things have changed. Great way to get involved in open source if you've never done it before is to update the docs. That's usually how I get involved in processes. If I want to get into a project, I'll read their docs, and whenever I get stuck, I just submit a PR to like improve it, make it the way that I want it to be. Hey, what's up, Khalil? Good to see you. Khalil is going to be on the show soon, and I'm very excited about that. When are you coming on, Khalil? It is going to be March 10th, so that's coming right up, about a month away, less than. Cool, yeah. So let's, and we're gonna reschedule this one, by the way. It's not canceled. We're gonna put it on another date, and hopefully tomorrow, Gift and I will actually go live. But you know, we'll do this time no matter what. We'll definitely have a show. Either Gift and I will learn Gridsome, or I'll keep working on this store. So Learn with Jason is better than Netflix. I should definitely put that on my calendar. Excellent. Yeah, so let's do where am I? Theme UI. Okay, got theme UI. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set just one. We're gonna set this to primary and I'm gonna make it red. And what I'm going to do is use this. So in my layout, I can set the pragma to JSX because the pragma changes. Does everybody know? Do you want me to explain pragmas or do you want me to just continue working? Show me in the chat if you want this to be explained. Then I'm going to, honestly, I think I can just do const layout equals, let's do, all right, so let's talk about pragmas for a second. So when you import React from React, you know how you never use this? What you're actually doing is you're kind of signifying to the compiler that they should use the React. I think it's create element is the name of the function. So when you set a new pragma for JSX, what it's saying is instead of using React's built-in JSX compiler, use whichever one you set. So we're saying we want to use JSX's or Theme UI's JSX compiler. And so we set the pragma to tell the compiler to do that. And what that means for us is that we get little syntactic sugar. And I'll show you what that means right now. So if I take my layout component and I do something like, let's say this, I add this SX prop, right? And I'm going to set the background to primary. And then I'm going to put the children inside. Export default layout. And now if I go into my page and I import my layout, import layout from components layout, what should happen, assuming I didn't make any mistakes here, is that we should see, let me start the server actually, yarn develop. Okay, so we're using Netlify dev in case I need to use Lambda functions. I don't think we'll get to those today, but that's where I'm ultimately headed is serverless functions. So now we're part of the way there because it used theme UI. And so if we look, we'll see like here's our layout and we can see the background primary. It didn't process it. That's interesting. Yeah, Talves, I know I could use Box. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about importing a bunch of things. But I don't know. I guess maybe there's a I don't know. Nikki, you know why it's blue? Why is it blue? Tell me what I've done. Oh, we're gonna look at Nikki's tweets. All right, let's see what Nikki knows. You are correct, sir. I used the shorthand. So let's go into layout. And instead of background, I either need to use background color, which should fix it. There it is. Or I can shorten that to BG, which is just kind of a nice little helper. What I don't know is why the whole thing seems to have a background color, that's an interesting, that is odd that it's doing that. Color, internal root color. That doesn't seem like it. Where's the background coming? Background color, background. What is that? Oh, I suppose this would be because of it sets global styles now, doesn't it? Is it set in global styles? We get where are my overrides? Extending a theme, components. All right, let's just get started. Show me. It's going to be in here somewhere. Globals. Color mode, styled API. Guides. In your right, I need a background key. What does it talk about? What's automatically set? By default, theme styles root, color and background color based on theme color's text and theme color background. Okay. So that means that if I go in here and I say that I want my background color to be pink and I want my text color to be blue, this is going to hurt your eyes. Everybody get ready. Then what I should see, pink and blue. Okay, so that's good. I'm on board with that. And it's not setting any other color, background color. And that is that, I believe. I think. Cool, that's fine. So let's do real colors. And I'm going to pull out some of the colors from the swag store. So we've got a background color of this. So I'm going to drop this one into the background. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my text color, which is this one. And we can drop that in. And then our primary color, I don't know what our primary color is going to be. I guess it kind of, it's probably going to use that somewhere, isn't it? So let's do this. We'll set that. I'm going to drop the background color out of the layout. And let's take a look. Okay, so that's not horrible. Hey, what's up, Kurt? And Horacio, what's up, y'all? Very cool to see everybody here. And Nikki, I'm probably gonna hand roll because I like to do things the hard way. What's up, DNI Stream? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone. We are building an e-commerce store using Gatsby and Shopify, and we're at the theming part of the adventure. So what that means is it's about time to watch me write CSS. We're using theme UI, and so what we've set up so far is we've installed the Gatsby plugins necessary to make that work. So we've got the Gatsby plugin theme UI, and then we've got some image handling stuff and a Shopify source plugin so that we're loading in products from Shopify. We set up a basic index file to load in the products, and now we're putting together the color palette for the site. So I'm just going to drop this out altogether. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't want it. I am going to go back to theme UI though and look at the. There was a system font stack that I wanted, and I think what I'm after. Body heading, yeah. I feel like that's the sort of thing that we're going to start here, and then I'm going to do what I always do in this case, and I'm going to go to CSS tricks and just look at system font stack, and it'll tell me that I've been to this page many, many times. Oh, I'm in a different browser, so it won't. And then down here somewhere, here we go. Just grab this one. And I'm going to put this right in here. Same with this one. And that one I'll leave alone. No, I don't know that we're actually going to have any monospace fonts on this site. I don't think we're doing code samples. So that does not get applied, but I can put it into our root. Let's see, we're just looking at this. That was going to be in theme.styles.root. So I'm going to put styles, put root, and then we'll say font family. And that's going to be body. That should clean it up for us. There we go. So that puts us in good shape. We've got, I mean, this is, I don't think we're going to win any design awards right now, but we're at least, we've got values feeding through, which is kind of what we're after. Yeah, you know, Tailwind is getting a lot of hype, and I did one project with it. It seemed cool. I just never did anything else. So for now, YOLO, here we are. So actually, let me go back to the design. Let's look at the design and figure out what we're going to do next. I'm going to start with the mobile version. So let's go in here and decide which one of these we want to. Let's start with this. So this, I think I'm just going to export as a resource. So let's export that. I'm going to make it an SVG, and we're going to name it Netlify swag logo. That didn't do what I wanted at all. Is there more? Oh, there's content on top of this? No. We can't do that. All right, so let's outline this. Oh, get out of here. All right, so we're going to duplicate this. Just copy paste it. Cool. All right, so that means I can delete. Damn it. Okay, we're going to turn both of these into outlines after I get this font color, jam darker. All right, so I'm going to turn this into copy. And then I can come in here. Oh, crap. How do I want to do this? Let's undo that. Okay, so now I've got this one. I'm going to left align it. And I think that should make these, if I just center them up, I think that's right. Then I can take this one, get rid of that. And then if I disable the stroke for a second on both of these, we can make sure that they're lined up properly. I want the stroke to be invisible, not the whole thing. There we go. Okay, so these aren't quite. That looks close enough. Close enough. So I'm going to turn the stroke back on. Go in here. Get rid of that. Turn the stroke back. Actually, I'm going to turn the stroke off on both of these, because then I can yeah. All right. Who knew this was going to be how to use whatever it is I'm using. Figma. There we go. One more. Get these. Do a union. Damn it. Do a group. Yes. And then we'll turn on the stroke again. Yeah. Outline that stroke. Nope. You're not going to cooperate with me, are you? Take that stroke, and then we take these up to the top. Shut up, Slack. You're killing me right now. I don't know why. If anybody knows how to get Slack to respect my global do not disturb, I would very much appreciate that because it is rough. Turtly enough for the Turtle Club? Did I miss something? You can be a turtle. All right, this, make that back to white. All right, okay. So now we've got actual vectors instead of fonts, which means that when I go to export this, I should actually get a usable logo. So let's open that again. That looks right. Okay, so now I can use this. I'm going to, let's get this one open. Back here. Shut down that one. This is the one we want. And I'm going to put this into where? I think I can just put it in here because I'm pretty sure we automatically import SVGs in Gatsby. Let's find out. So if I import the logo from assets here, and then I do something like, let's set up, I'm gonna import fragment so that I'm not generating junky markup from React. And then I'm going to use a fragment here. We're going to set up a header. And that header is going to contain the logo. And we'll go back and clean that up a little bit later. And then we'll put everything else in a main tag. What happens when I do that? No. Tag name provided is not a valid name. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, Horacio, I turned it off that way. So what did I do here? Because this is definitely correct. Well, it's clearly not correct. I know what I did. It needs to be an image with a source of logo and alt of Netlify swag. And then we'll fix that markup. And now, there it is. Okay, so the SVGs, I was thinking they got imported as React components. They actually get imported as paths to static files, which is why when I made it a source, it worked. So then I can go in to our index here, and I'm going to get rid of, oh, I screwed something up. Let's keep that as a div for now, but it shouldn't be in the product. It should actually be here around the whole thing. There we go. So now the header's up at the top and all of our content is here. So that's an improvement. Good. I'm going to get rid of this. Good. And I'm going to get rid of the content dump. Good. Next, we want to create, I guess we probably just want to set some kind of default headers and stuff. Let's set up, let's set this up to kind of look the way that we want to develop against, because what I'm thinking is we can set this to be like, let's go 320. That's a pretty small, actually, let's just use this. Set it up to be iPhone 5, probably one of the smaller resolutions that people are using. And then we can kind of develop against that. Are we already setting the width device? Yep, good. All right. So, Nikki, what do you mean? Points in which mode? Points in this mode? The bars beneath the... What? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, these are click. Oh, look at that. That's wild. Weird. That's cool. Okay. Nice. Very cool. And then I think I can make this. Yeah, that fits. All right. So so now we've got like our window, and we can start working on the actual style. So I think what we'll want for the header is like, we probably want that stuck to the ceiling, but we can do something like, let's just add some styles here. We'll set it to be, how does he have it set up? Down a little ways, let's see, about 40 pixels in 16 pixels. I like to do these in like relative units. So if we figure that this is, how wide is this one? 375. So if we take 16 divided by 375, we get 0.05. So that's like 5% padding per side. Yeah. And so that means that if I do something like, let's just set the whole thing, we'll set margin left of auto and a margin right of auto, and then we can set a max width of 90 vertical width. And then I want to see, what did that, yeah, that calculated to 16. So it's a little bit bigger than he was saying, but I kind of want it to be, I want a little bit more space there, just to make sure that we are, yeah, I think that's good. What's headroom, Rossio? Header that disappears but pops up when you scroll up. I don't know if I want to do that. I feel like those are, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about those because they have to be done so well, and I'm the one building this, so I feel like that's a risk that we shouldn't take. Let's set the margin top to be, what, 40 pixels would be 5, 10? 10 seems good. That feels like good space. Sebastian, I have done fairly little svelte, but I did have Rich Harris on the show. Let me find a link to that. It was pretty recently, actually. We had him on, yeah, in December, which was super fun. Let's see. But yeah, my svelte experience is relatively limited. I am interested in doing more with it though, because I'm especially fond of the way that svelte handles like in-page animation, kind of single page stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited about the possibilities that opens up for different experiences. This particular site, we chose Gatsby because we're already trying to do a lot of complicated things, and I didn't want to be learning a new framework while I was trying to do the complicated things that I know I need to do. Yeah, I think that's... I mean, I would consider Gatsby great. Keyframers. Smart asses. Yeah, no, I think yeah, Gatsby, like what I love about Gatsby is the speed with which we're able to get things up and running, because if you remember, or if you didn't see, on the last episode, in about 90 minutes, we were able to go from an empty folder and no Shopify store. We set up a Shopify store, put products into it, screwed around for a while, set up the Shopify API, and then built a new Gatsby site and loaded data into it. We did all of that in about 90 minutes. So you can get a huge amount of distance on a given site using Gatsby because of how quickly they allow you to get data into their layers, into the data layer. Oh yeah, that's the real keyframers. Those are I love watching the keyframers, and they're they're a friend of the show. Is that a thing I can say yet? Oh, they're a friend of the show. Feels like such a silly thing to say out loud. All right, let's put this into code. Let's get this set up the way I want it to. I'm going to go into the layout, and the header we're going to say is let's go with the margin left and right. So x-axis is going to be auto. The margin top is going to be, I think I set it at 10% of the width, which is kind of a, I mean, you could probably argue with me on whether or not that's a good idea. That's just the way that my brain works. And it feels like the wider something is, the more vertical space you want. So I like it that way. And then I also want to set a max width. Does that work? That doesn't work. It's going to be max width of 90. And I think that's everything. So let's check our work. Did that work? It did. Okay. So now we've got a, that does look clean. For a second, I thought that was pixelated, and I was like, how the hell did that get pixelated? But yeah, so, ooh, look at this. Okay, so Kyle Lemire, I hope that's your first name. Kay Lemire said, a year ago today, he started learning React and officially starting the first React dev job on Monday. Oh, and I played it. Oh man, that's awesome. I'm super happy about that. We need, you know what we need? We need like a celebratory thing. Oh, I know what we can do. How many do we have now? How many is it? Wait, is my corgi counter broken? Oh no. Oh, there it is. All right, more corgis. Spam the corgis, y'all. Keep them going. Here we go. Time for a corgi party. Yeah, here's a corgi party for you, Kayla Meyer. Thank you for watching, and congratulations on your job. That is awesome. Oh, and thank you for the bits, Bobby Tables. That is much appreciated. Chris Biscardi for the wow. Yeah. This is awesome. Very, very cool, y'all. So yeah, this is cool. That makes me feel great. Kind of made my day. All right, so let's get back to what we're doing here. We want to get the header. So this header's not quite right because I haven't put in the account things, but I'm gonna leave it where it is for now. And what I'll do is, as we get further into the project, we'll start putting the header itself together when we start pulling in account details. But for right now, we're just going to get product details on the screen, and I wanted this to look right so that when we put the products underneath it, it starts to look better. So the next thing I want to do is I want to pull the product component. Let's see, I'm going to close that up for now. I'm going to pull this product component out into its own component. So let's move product. I'm going to call it product card because we're also going to have like different product things going on. So again, we're going to use the JSX pragma because we're using theme UI, and we'll import JSX from theme UI, and then we can drop this in here, and let's look at what we need. So I pulled in image, which means I'm going to go out here, and we're not using it anymore, so I can pull that out of there, and we'll drop that in here. And we can export default product card. All right. That means that now down here, I need to import product card from components product card, and we'll replace down here with that product card. Some doesn't like something. Assigned to value but never used. Oh, I didn't rename it. How about now? Good. Okay, so no functional changes, but we refactored a little bit to give us an area to work on the product, kind of independent of the rest of the app. I'm gonna collapse this here so that we have a little more screen space. Yeah, let's dig in and try to make this thing look the way that we want. So actually, if I even do this a little bit, we might have a little more opportunity to figure out what we want done. Let me hide there we go. So I can take this, make it a little bit bigger. All right, and let's think about the structure of what we've got here. So this heading is actually not related, so I'm gonna look at this one instead. So in this view, we have the photo up top, so we can take the image, and let's put the image up top. Okay, and a challenge that I'm already seeing is here, this image is like stretched out, but down here, wherever everything is, it's not. It's kind of pinched, right? So how are we gonna solve that problem? Because like this is definitely not gonna work, right? That's also really funny. We're not gonna make that shirt. So let's start by, how do we want to make that work? So the challenge that we have is that at different sizes, like we want the cards, if we make these square, they would just blow the card all the way down the screen. You wouldn't be able to see things. If we upload images this wide, we could theoretically crop them, but that adds a challenge. This is yeah, keyframers, this is actual Shopify data. So the Figma stuff is not actual Shopify data, but what we're pulling into the store, this is all real. That's all real Shopify data. So this is being pulled from Netlify, myshopify.com here. I think I'm still logged in. Guess we'll find out fast. Yeah, so this is the data that we're pulling. We set up this store on the stream on Tuesday. So this is live data. We're pulling it in through Shopify's GraphQL API. And that means that if we go in and mess with stuff, we should be able to do some fun things here. So the thing I'm worried about here is that I don't know if we can do like multiple image sizes like this. I guess we can look at it. Let's do show the UI. How are we doing? Is this the one here? So that's the demo. Here's the rectangle. And that gives us our whole thing. So one option would be no. Okay, so let me talk through what I was thinking and why I think it's a bad idea. One option would be that for the products, we could upload them as PNGs, and then we could like set the color for the product, and that background would just be a div with the background color on it. But here's why that won't work. A developer is not like we can't expect people who aren't developers to set hex colors and stuff, right? This needs to be drag an image and it just works. And so I think that that option would probably be, if it was just me that would probably be the easiest option for me to deal with. But this needs to be something that is kind of a one size fits all. You get a demo image, you drop that into Shopify, and it works everywhere. So let's figure out how to, what is it here? No, that's definitely not the right button. Get out of here. Okay, I want to hide the UI. Okay, and let's dive in here again. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to just change the design. Sorry, Rafa. Shit. How am I going to do that though? Because that's not really going to do what I want. Yeah, I don't love my options here because like if I go in here and just kind of look at what this will do, if I change this, where's the, all right, like I change this thing here. That's not the thing I want. Why can't I actually edit this? Presumably because I'm not looking at the right thing. So if I take all these and I move all this stuff down, and then I blow this out, and I've got these kind of bigger thumbnails. Like that does look pretty nice, but it puts us in a pretty bad position where, get out of here. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I just pulled this out there. Something like this, where, you know, no, I said go. Oh, Figma added things that I haven't used yet, so I don't know how they work. So if I do something like this, that's more workable. It kind of, it broke that particular image, but I think that's okay. I think what we need to be working off of is more of a, so what aspect ratio is this? This is 343 by 194, so 194 divided by 343, 0.565, so that's pretty damn close to 16 by 9. So if we do these as 16 by 9, that should work. And then when I crop this to be 194 or thereabouts, close enough, it'll trim that a little bit, but it won't look broken. Or, okay, bear with me. Let's get weird. So if I come out here and I do a product thumbnail as a, let me make this bigger and bring the UI back. All right. So I'm going to start this out as, let's call it 800 pixel square. Okay. So I put this in here. This is my like 16 by 9 kind of setup. So I'm going to set this to be 0, make that 800, and then we'll take this this border radius out. Okay, so so to answer your questions, like the questions in the chat, so why not just use CSS contain? That would work, but it's going to crop weird. Because what'll end up happening with like a square, oh wait, maybe I should just use this design. That, it looks like Rafa already did all this work, and I'm just like reinventing wheels over here. This is close enough to square that I think that's the right move. Because this is kind of what I was getting toward, is like I was going to take this, and if I make this 800 by 800, then this becomes our square thumbnail. But then when we need a cropped version of it, we can come over here and do something like, let's see, 800. So 9 divided by 16 times 800 gives us 450. So if I set this to be 450, then when I center these in there, right? So that way we would have a square thumbnail that works and a 16 by 9 thumbnail that works, and it kind of it like solves that problem. So the reason that I don't want to just use contain, and I could use contain on a square thumbnail like this, we just have to think about where the trim lines will be, because what would look stupid is if I came over here and did something like this, that looks great in a square thumbnail, but then if I do that same thing over here, that crop doesn't look great. It's fine, but it's not great. So ultimately, we're looking for something that gives us a little more flexibility in here. And like this to me seems acceptable. Yeah. I think this is what feels right to me, because that gives us because with SVGs like the stickers, it would be really easy to just ship a PNG and then we could just choose a number out of a list, which is what I think Horacio was talking about. And then that would be fine. But because a lot of the images are going to be photos, because when we've got, we don't want illustrations of t-shirts, we want to see the actual t-shirt, that gets much harder unless we're going to have somebody go through and crop every image. And I don't think that's right. Plus, like, the colors need to be chosen to match the illustration. There's a lot of art direction that I don't think Rafa would let me get away with randomizing. And then, to answer your question about Cloudinary, Shopify's plugin is not optimized to work with Cloudinary. And so I'm using Sharp because there are already a million things to do. And I unfortunately just do not have the time to go in and refactor the Shopify plugin to do Cloudinary stuff, because that would actually be my preference, would be to use Cloudinary, because it's gonna give us a bunch of benefits. It'll speed up the builds and reduce some complexity in terms of generating different size images at different resolutions. But I don't think it's in scope for what we're doing now. So all that being said, I think this approach would totally work. I think this might be better. This reads better though. Like, the squishiness of this is kind of funky to read. I don't know. What do you think, chat? I think 16 by 9. Oh, nice. I'm glad. Yeah, the front end masters course is that was a ton of fun to build, and a lot of fun to go out there and record. I have a new one coming out, actually. There is a new front end masters course coming out soon. I think next Thursday this one is going to get released. So get out there and check it out. Chris, come on, Chris, with that knowledge. I can see him just like shaking his head at the screen, like, just solve the problem. Shut up. No, you're right. I should have done that. So let's do that. I'm gonna take this thumbnail. I'm going to export it as a JPEG, and we're gonna name it Puffy Kitty Croppable, so that I remember which one it is. And then I'm gonna go into Shopify. I'm gonna get rid of this. Bye-bye. And then I'm going to add this in. And this will be our reference image. Like the other ones are going to get cropped weird, but I'm going to try to get this, fixed. All right, you're all right. You're all right. I should just calm down and write code. But then what would I rabbit hole on? So let's get back in here, and we're going to talk about the code here, and we're going to pull up the design over here. Get this UI out of the way, and let's pull up. I'm going to look at this. This is our new design. So I'm going to stop and start the server so we get the new version. Those chat commands are really proven true here. Okay, so this is going to be our reference. We're going to start with this one. And so what I want to do is I want to get this up top. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to do some basic styling on this. So we will set, probably want the cards to be in a wrapper of some sort, because ultimately we're going to use grid when we go full width. So let's get into here, and we'll do this. I think I need to import, yep, let's get JSX from theme UI. Set up the pragma. Okay. And then in here, I can set up the basics of what I want. So we're going to set the next to auto. The width is going to be 90 BW. I guess we'll say the max width. I think that should be fine. All right, so that gets us where we want to be. Good. And then I want to, for the cards, each card, I'm going to make the background. We need, probably need an actual color for that, but let's check on here what the, let's see. Let's check what our color is on the card. Yeah, the card is, yeah. Card is white. We've got a 5-pixel border on the outside and a 8-pixel border radius. So if I set this to be border will be pixels white, solid white. I'm gonna have to refactor a bunch of this later, but we're gonna just try to get the color to look right. Okay, so that gives us that outer border that we want, and then I'm gonna set the border radius to 8 pixels, I think it was. Yep, that looks right. Okay. And then let's also set the margin bottom to like 1. That seems close enough. Okay. So now we've got our styles over here. Yeah. So the Shopify data comes in through the Gatsby Shopify source plugin. And the reason we're using that over Apollo is that at build time, all that data gets pulled in. We generate static HTML with it, and then we don't actually need a connection to Shopify. So in theory, Shopify could go down and our store would still be live. The catch with that is that we are going to use the Shopify Buy SDK for like cart management. So that's not true in this case, but it'll help with performance because it's one request we don't have to do is to go get the product data. Instead, we'll be able to just request the assets that are pre-built and then make the async request just when you're doing cart management stuff instead, which will be nice. So next, let's see, we've got that, and then I'm going to get. You know what I don't like about this? I don't know how to do the image query in a way that's not going to be wasteful on smaller devices. So I'm probably going to need to figure out a better solution for this. But for now, I'm going to change this to be 16 by 9. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's do, here's 1600 by 900. Good. So now it's a like broader crop of the image. I'm going to take this off too because I think that's doing something weird. No, that's what we wanted. Center? That's better. Okay. So I think I'm going to have it, I'm going to force center and we'll make that work. So let's get these images to show up. We'll set the max width is going to be 100%. Okay, that contains them, but it doesn't fix the image. Oh, because this is not the, that's the container, not the image itself. So we're going to set this to 100%. What? Don't be like that. Why are you like this? Let's set width. If you may, I swear to God. What is happening? Why are you like this? Here's our image. Image. Set to width 100%. That's width 100%. What am I breaking in here? We've got Gatsby image wrapper. Max width 100%. Oh, this is doing fixed. Okay, so we're going to do fluid. We're going to just swap out to fluid because that's going to make all of our lives just a tiny bit easier. So we're going to do the fluid. That means I got to go in here. I'm just going to swap both of these out for fluid. Did I do something wrong? Oh, yes, I did mean that. Does height blow up when it doesn't like height? I don't like that. Why doesn't it give me... I feel like I've done this before. Okay, let's just roll all that back because it was pretty close to working before. So we'll keep it here, roll this back. Okay. Take your recommendation. Try the auto. Doesn't want to do that. So let's see what it's reading. So what I'm worried about here is that the Gatsby image wrapper is getting a height of 450 set in line and a width of 800 set in line, which means we're going to have to do dumb stuff like hacking important, which seems like something I'm going to end up regretting later. Yeah, because now it's broken all together. Ooh, can you set a ratio in your image sharp query? That is a great question. Aspect ratio. Okay, but that's what it returns. Can I crop a fluid image? Max width, max height, fit. All right. Okay, so I think this will do what we want. If I take fluid and I set a max width and a max height, and we say the fit is going to be cover, which looks like it's the default, and then we can drop the crop focus because it looks like it doesn't use that one. Okay. Oh, it does use that. So we'll use the crop focus. Oh, I'm setting default everything here, but I wanted center. Okay. Save that, and then we will get here, get the fluid, and then what happens? I can't spell. Somebody already caught that? Got a typo. Sharp fluid. There we go. All right. Okay, we're getting back in business here. And that crop is what we wanted. That's looking good. So that means to me, oh, what's up, InstaFluff? With a big raid. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I not gonna lie, I'm a little intimidated about trying to follow up an InstaFluff stream. So I have no mug cakes. I have no baby Yodas. No like explosions. God. Oh. All right. Okay. I'm gonna have to step up the game. I do have corgis. I do have a lot of corgis. And y'all, if you have not followed InstaFluff, you definitely should. He's got so much good stuff. Let's see. So yeah, go follow InstaFluff here, but also Corgi Party. Yeah, just go check this out. There are many good things that you can go and do on the InstaFluff page. There's a fun Discord chat there. It's a good stream. It's like it's the most positive and pleasant experience on Twitch, I think. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about what we have done thus far to welcome everybody. Hello. We are working on a swag store for Netlify. And what we've done to this point is we're building a Gatsby site and we're pulling in data from Shopify. So here's our Shopify store. And we have these 3 products. These aren't real products. They're just holding like placeholding for us. And we're using the Twitch, or sorry, I got distracted. Thank you, Shasha, for the subscription. I really appreciate that. So we're pulling in the data from Shopify using Shopify's GraphQL API. It comes into Gatsby using the Shopify data source, and then we're able to query for it right inside of Gatsby. And that gives us this in progress page here where we're showing the product image from Shopify and then details like the variants. In this case, we're using variants for sizing, and the description, what type it is, all that sort of stuff. So what we're trying to do is match this up to the design that we got from Rafa, who is the what is his official title? He's like I think he's a principal designer, or he's the head honcho in our design org at Netlify. And he has done these beautiful cards that we're going to fit inside of the store. So I'm trying to get this put together. Thus far, we've gotten the images doing what I want, which they're cropped appropriately. And now we will keep working on that. So we're going to start with the title, which the title needs to be a different color. So I'm going to show the UI so that I can see what that color is. Okay, and now I'm going to put this into theme UI. And I want the color to be, we'll just call it heading for now. We may need to abstract that out. But that's going to make this available as a shortcut for us. So when I come over here, we don't need that anymore. Go into my product card and I say that I want the color to be heading. We should now see it's the right color. So we're seeing the darker color there. And let's fix the rest of this. So the spacing is a lot lower. So let's set the margin. I guess we can check this to see where the margin's coming from. Okay, the margin's coming from the heading. So I'm going to set the margin top to be, I don't know, we'll set it to be like 0.5 rems. Maybe even a little bit less. Does that look like the design? I think it was better at 0.5. And then we want to set the bottom to be about the same, it looks like, which means I think I can set it to be the Y axis up and down. Nope. I'm going to use margin bottom and set it even lower. Margin bottom, let's set it to 0 and see what happens. My paragraph tags have margin applied as well. So let's stick with the margin Y. And I'm going to set this one to have no margin. There we go. So that looks right. That looks like what we're after. And this one is actually our, let's see. This one is actually a kind of a, oh, this, it's over here on this one. There's kind of like a tag for what it is. Huh, maybe I can just drop that out because that was something that we struggled with before where it was like, well, what is this? How are we actually like determining what this thing is? And that will make my life easier. Brian, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this makes my life a lot easier. You can totally hold down Option and it'll show you how far things are from each other. So like here, I'm hovering over this this pink box and it shows me that it's 8 pixels or 4 pixels to the next paragraph or 105 pixels to the bottom. So it's really, really nice actually. You know what? I'm going to design this, or I'm going to put this in, and then we can drop it out if we decide we don't need it. So let's see, that is just bold. So I'm going to set the font weight to bold. And let's take a look. Okay, that seems good. And then here, I need to put this tag up somewhere. And so I think the way that this has been designed, we're assuming that there's only ever one tag. That is probably not a sustainable way to look at this because I'm already thinking about ways that we'll use tags to identify different things. So, for example, if we separate our swag out into tiers where you've got like tier 1, it'll be kind of our like the first thing you earn. So you get a pull request merged into Netlify CMS, for example, and the tier 1 would be like any $10 swag item. A tag would make that easier. We could do collections. I don't know what I like about that. let's look at Shopify's setup and see what's going to make the most sense here. Because if I put it, where are our details? Product availability. So it's the product type. So I could make an executive decision to drop those taglines like in this design. So instead of including this 3-pack stickers, I could drop that entirely and go with this design. Then I could use the product type to be these tags here and these filters that are shown up at the top. And then the tags would be kind of hidden but used for organizational things. So we could tag something as popular, tag something as recent, tag something as tier 1, tag it as hidden or ignored, something like that. Collections will let us do a lot of the ignoring, but I can definitely see it being useful for popular and recent and things like that. So maybe that's what I need to do, is just decide that I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna drop that, and instead we will use tags for different things. So I'm gonna save that. And let's go out here and we'll change this product name to tote. So we can make it a tote bag. And we don't need that anymore. And then we'll switch out this t-shirt as well. Okay. So that will give us the tag names that we need, and we'll use those as the type. So let's stop and restart so that we get the details that we just updated. So this is just going to do a new pull from Shopify to get that latest product data. And let's see, I can close that one. We'll go over here and just reload. So now we've got, there we go, t-shirt, stickers, tote bag. Good. So now let's stick those up here. We might get to do some weird CSS hacking today, because in thinking about this, I think what I actually want to do, I think I can do content matching, can I? You can do it on an attribute. Okay, so what we'll have to do is set like data type, and then we'll say product, not there, product type. Then we'll move this to the right place. And then in here, what I think this will let me do is I can do something like data type equals sticker, and then I can like change the background or something. Set the background, I'll just make it red so that it'll be really obvious if I did it right. Stickers. That not work? Oh, it's going to need to be an extended query, not a... Damn it. I was really thinking that was going to work. Data... Oh, wait. Data type. Oh. Why doesn't it... Today I learned that in JSX, data attributes are not camel cased. All right. Well, there's your little bit of React trivia for the day. Yeah, so that, I mean, that makes sense. Like they are kind of a specific thing. But so check this out. What we were just able to do is we were able to pull out the styling, like the color for a given tag into this attribute. So this is hacky, like danger hacky, because if we change the name of this tag, all of this styling becomes irrelevant. However, I can probably control this to a certain extent. Like I can write good docs about it. Um, like danger, don't change tag names. Maybe no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stick with it because I feel like this is something that otherwise I'm gonna end up writing really complex. Um, I'm gonna end up writing really complex code that's gonna make the Shopify UI hard to manage. And this is like, well, whatever, it's fine. Um, yeah, yeah, it's fine. What is up, Legume Dupree? I like that. That's a good handle. So yeah, let's go ahead and stick with this. We're gonna use that for now, and I'm going to make these. Got our container here, so I'm gonna make this a position relative so that I can get it to stick. And then I'm gonna take these tags and I'm gonna make them position absolute. Absolute. We'll stick it up at the top. We'll make it bounce off. I think it was about 10 pixels because remember, this is a 5 pixel border. That seems okay. And then I'm also going to really quickly, I want to set the top. Let's do the border top right radius should be the same as this one, which is 8 pixels. Good. And we'll also set the border top left radius. Okay, so now those don't look so bad. And I can clean this up to be an integer instead of a string. You're not my supervisor, Nikki. Yeah, I am gonna have to go in and clean up a lot of this stuff. What I want to figure out first before I start making tokens is how reusable any of this is, because the problem with tokens is that if you create tokens and you only use them in one place, you're adding a layer of complexity. And people have to then try to figure out if that token gets used anywhere else before they change it. So if we find that we're reusing this border radius in a bunch of places, 100% we should tokenize it. If it's just being used here though, like, no, definitely not. And that's a strong opinion. It's loosely held. You can change my mind if you want. But yeah, I don't see a good reason to tokenize things until I find a lot of reuse on them. It's a symptom of being friends with Chris Biscardi is you get talked out of premature abstraction. So we've got this, hello. So we've got this thing here. It's stuck to the top. Let's stick it to the right. We can make that an integer as well. We'll make it right of 10. And okay, so that's doing better. Now let's give it some basic styles. I'm going to comment this out while we work. I want these. Is that going to break if I do it? Let's make the background. Okay. I'm going to set some basic padding on it. So we'll set the padding to be like 1. Okay. Then I'm going to set the border radius to be like 3. more. 5. What did he use? 6. Where did my hide the UI? Okay, so going back to this, where was it? One of these doesn't have this one. Yeah, so 6. Okay, that's good. And the color is white. And we're now looking at, like, this isn't, this isn't half bad. I think we're missing some shadows. Does this one have a shadow? Let's see. No shadow on that, but there is a shadow here. I need to figure out what the settings are for that. So let's dive in and figure it out. Sticker drop shadow. And those settings are our dark color. I think that's our heading color. Yes. So let's make that like a gray dark. One thing that I always kind of try to decide if is the right idea or not is to pull colors out to their own object so you can reuse them with different aliases. I don't think I'm going to do that yet. I'll just group if they're the same color for now, because I'm not sure how well that's going to age. So let's get this shadow in. Do I have just like a? Can you set just like a shadow? Color modes. Is there a search on here? No. Color mode styled. Shadows. Okay. How would I find shadows? All right, show me shadows. Let's see. Chris has a link, so I'm gonna go look that up. But does that just, how do you use it though? Is the part that I'm trying to understand. So I'm in Gatsby plugin UI. I create a shadows. Like that. And then I just do one of these. Okay. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. I'm gonna set this up with the color was, let's see, we're going 0 pixels to the right, 4 pixels down, 4 pixels blur, and then we're gonna use the color. I wonder if it's gonna let me use. Gonna let me get away with that? Ooh, I'm gonna cough. Ooh, all right. I apparently did something wrong because Krista sent me a gist. So let's look at that. just like this then. Cool. Yeah, I'll take this. This is fine. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it and see. So I have my box shadow, and we're going to go with, I guess I can just set it to 1.
No, this will work. This will work.
Yes. Oh, 0 because it's an array. Duh. Okay. So let's go back out here and let's look. I don't think that worked. Inspect. Oh, I put it on the wrong thing is why it didn't work. All right, let's put it up on here. And now the box shadow did not pick up the color, which means I don't know how to do that. So I guess I'm just not gonna use that. So what I'll do instead is I'm just going to come in here, we'll do a box shadow, we'll get the theme object, and then we'll put this in here, wrap it up, and we'll get theme.colors.graydark. That should work. Maybe. Am I missing something? What doesn't it like about this? Okay, so that. Whoa. Oh, I left the string in. That should fix it. There we go. There's the box shadow. And it is looking pretty similar, I think. Let's look at it one more time just to make sure. Blur. Oh, 41%. So that means I'm going to need something else, which is yarn add theme UI colors, because what I can't do is I can't just like add AA to set the hex value to like an 8-digit hex, because unfortunately, fortunately, it uses CSS variables, which you may have noticed in here. There are CSS variables all over this code base. So if I click through to like this one here, we can see the variables of theme UI colors, and then there's like a fallback in here. So what I need to do is I need to use the theme UI colors library. Theme UI colors, it's down here somewhere. Theme UI color. And in here, there is a alpha and or transparentize. So we can go in and clean this up. So I need to, well, I'm glad that didn't just like install some random garbage. Theme UI color. I guess that's the benefit of using like orgs in NPM, the namespaces, is that it makes it significantly less likely that you typo a package name and install something horrifying. So now in here, I can import alpha from theme UI color, and I can run alpha, and we want that to be, I think he had it set to 40%. Let's try it out. And And upon running, open that. I don't need it. We're going to refresh this instead. Oh, you're still waiting. Come on. Whoops. Did this not operate? What? Oh,
you can do it.
Something
Come
broke.
on, little compooper.
Netlify dev. Oh boy. Oh boy. Something went weird. Listeners detected. Something is okay. All right. So this is a Netlify dev thing where like something went weird and then it didn't close Gatsby. So what I'm going to do is a little command line trick to figure out what's running on a given port. I don't know what this means. I just know that it works. And so this shows me, I don't know. It's like list systems of fun. And then I give it the port that I want to get. Then I can kill this. And now if I run it again, there's nothing running. And if I run yarn develop, it should do what I want. There we go. Good. So now I can close up that one, close up that one. We'll stick on this one that we've been using. All right. And if I look in here now, I can see that the background on it is, where's my box shadow? Did my box shadow explode? Oh no, my box shadow gave up entirely. What didn't it like? Whoops. All right, let's look at the console. Okay, so I do need to fix that. We should fix... Let's get the little errors out of the way so we can deal with the big ones. I'm setting up a key. The product should have a unique ID. Oh, but we're not querying for that, which is why that would happen. Oh boy. So why is it like not picking these up? Let's look at React. Oh no, I don't have the React plugin installed on this one. Shopify products. And then we send back product nodes. We should have a product ID. Let's figure out what is going wrong. So we'll go to the product card and let's just console log our product. And we'll see what comes out. Okay, each of these has a product ID. Check the render method of product card. Oh, am I looping through something else and that's why I'm getting this issue? Yes. Apparently my tag is getting... If I remove this, what happens? Still doesn't like it. So there's something else going on. It's the variance. Damn it, it's the variance. And it's gone. Okay, so let's clean that up again. And now let's talk about why my box shadow broke. So my box shadow doesn't like something that's going on in here to the point that it's like not rendering at all. But if I take this out, it still doesn't work. Oh, because I broke it. Okay, so whoops. Here. And now, if I mean, let's check that this command works. So let's do alpha and gray dark and I know what I did. Yeah, so I don't need this anymore because what I can do instead is grab this command and then we're going to set it to 0.4 and I'm going to crap. Now if I look at this, it should be showing me an actual box shadow, but it is not. Monstrous. Okay, what the hell's going on? This may not be worth the effort. Let's look at the docs one more time. Alpha, amount. It may be that these don't get picked up or something. Maybe I need to set it in like box shadow color. Not that one. Let's look at MDN. Box shadow. They have sub things. Let's make this bigger. What can I see in here? Oh, box shadow is like its own thing. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do instead of fighting with this is I'm just going to swap out for like an alpha version. Because then like just save some stress. And we'll go T colors, gray dark, alpha. And that'll give us the same outcome, I believe. Where's my box shadow? Yeah. So it gave us this similar outcome at least. I can mess with these colors to get that to be exactly right, but I'll deal with that later. And what we get in the meantime is that it's doing what we want. So I can look at this, and that is getting closer to where we want to go. It looks like our padding's still off a little bit. So these are what? 8 plus 5. So we need to do another offset. So an additional like 8 pixel inset. So we can do that down here. Actually, maybe we should just do this as like a container. Do this as like a container, like details container kind of thing. I can take that and we'll drop it down. drop this. We don't need it anymore. I don't know what we're going to eventually do with this, but I'm going to leave that out for now. Drop in another details container. And now out here, we've got, okay, so that's better. We've got details there, and then I'm going to set in this one in the description, I want this to have a padding of 8 pixels. That's the wrong button. Okay, that looks more correct, and that means that I'm going to set the margin all around on this heading to 0 because it's now too high. Okay, and then this one is absolutely positioned, which I wonder if I should pull this. I'm gonna pull this out to like underneath. I'm trying to think of what would be semantically correct, like what would feel right if I was reading this. Moodog SX is part of Theme UI, so we're using the JSX pragma from Theme UI, and that's giving us the ability to use this SX prop, which is for like its styling. All of this is based on System UI, so this object that we're exporting as part of the Theme UI deal lets us set our document colors in here, and then I can access them using these tokens instead of having to remember the colors, which just simplifies things. So what I'm doing here is I'm like pulling out the gray dark alpha color, and in a lot of these places where we're referencing things like here, we're referencing the background color, but that background color is actually this hex value. So it makes it so that it's a little more communicative what colors we're using, and gives us a little bit more of a chance to do fun, like to simplify our styling and not have to just remember a bunch of hex values. Okay, so what I've done is we've got our container here, like our actual product box, that's this white box. And then I've got an image. The image sits up at the top. And then a meta container that has some padding, and a heading, and our description. So I'm going to set the description to have a margin top of, let's say, 0.5 rems. Okay. And I'm going to give it a margin bottom of 0 because we want to use the padding from the container itself. Then we need to add our purchase button. And so I don't know what this button is going to do just yet, so we'll kind of leave it. We know it's a button because it's a button because when you click it, it's going to add it to cart. Yes, which means that we also need to add like a details link or something. Who's calling me right now? Stop it. Arrow? Sure. We'll use this arrow. And that's going to be a link of some sort. So then that'll actually link to the full page. So we'll have an add to cart. And that way I can use product dot. This is going to get gross, isn't it? It's going to be like product dot variance. Oh, we're going to have two options here because there is a world where if we had to make like, because the prices differ on sizing. So like if you make an extra small and then you go all the way up to like quadruple X costs more to produce. And so there is a potential future where we will have like a hoodie that goes up to quadruple X and it's like an extra few bucks. So we need to say like price from, like you can buy from X dollars, starting with like whatever the cheapest price is. Chris knows the feel. It's man, yeah. I don't envy you being 9 feet tall. But what that means is that I actually kind of want to pull this button out for some mini logic. So we're going to go with buy button, and we're going to get the variance in. And this is going to return how do I want to do this? I'm going to set this up as a very like if variance length is greater than 1, we are going to return button buy from variance 0 price. That's not how this is going to work because it's V2. Oh, we need to use, there's like a currency formatter, and it is MDN. Oh, what is up? Bald Bearded Builder has rated with a party of 14. I appreciate that. What's up, y'all? Thank you very much for the raid. And it's weird. I'm starting later today, and so usually the people I raid are raiding me. So hello, hi. I need to get some fun. So the Bald Bearded Builder. That is hard to say. How do you do that every day? That channel is set up with some really cool stuff. Like when you raid, there's like all these alarms that go off and really fun stuff. Instafluff does that as well, where it is a very like cool things happen when you raid. I have not set that up because I don't get raided very often. Honestly, I should go make that. Yeah, I should just say Michael. But but yeah, so thank you, Michael, for the raid. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. So yeah, we're playing with Gatsby, Shopify, GraphQL, Theme UI, all sorts of things today. And what I'm trying to figure out right now is formatting currency using the platform. And so this is what I want here. I'm going to take the price, and we're going to get the price. So we'll start by lowest price. And the lowest price is going to be variance. Do I really want to write all this logic today? No, I do not. Right, actual logic to find lowest price. For now, we're just going to get the first one. And then we're going to format price. And that will be a new international number format. And we have the lowest, let's say like price. Price V2 is what is coming out, I believe. It's in here. Price V2, and we get an amount and a currency code. So I'm going to take the lowest price dot currency code as our first argument here. And then we'll pass in style. It's going to be currency. And the wait. Oh, yeah. So currency is going to be the lowest price currency code. And this is actually going to be For now, we're only going to do English because we don't have anyone to translate the store. So then we can dot format the price, lowest price dot amount. Okay. Did I get something wrong in here? Currency, lowest price dot currency code. What don't you like? Because I'm not done yet. That's why. So this instead is going to be the buy button, and we're going to pass in the variance, which will be product.variance. And then up here, we'll get that formatted value. That formatted value is then going to go into, oh, so then I can just do something entirely different, which is return variance length is greater than 1, and we'll say, actually, we can just do it like this. The button is going to say, we'll say buy from, and then we'll put in formatted. Or we'll just say buy for formatted. How did that work? Did I get it right on the first try? I did. I did get it right on the first try. Apparently, Nikki, it does not. Oh, my Slack started going off again. God damn it. I'm like so immune to it. What time are we wrapping today? Let me check to see what time I committed to my next meeting so that I don't miss anything. All right, let's give it another 30 minutes and see how far we can get. I'm gonna get this button styled up at least, and maybe from there we can start working toward the internal pages, which are only partially designed. I think we're kind of feeling those out as we go. So let's get this in here. Don't need this anymore. That's all good. Create a little more space here so it's more obvious that this is garbage and I need to fix it. So down in here now, we want to style this button. We can do that because we've got Theme UI installed. So we want this to be, I think the font is going to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, the font is a little bit bigger. The font weight is a little bit higher. This is all, yeah, that's all fine. So no, the font is the same size. The color appears to be the same as this color. Yeah, same color. So it's color heading. All right, we can start there. The background is a color that we're going to need to probably save. So this color is, you're not going to let me just copy paste that, E9 EB. Okay, let's take a look at that, see how it's looking. Okay, closer. We're going to set the border to none. Border radius, I'm going to set to 6. And then we need to set some padding. Is the border radius 6? Come on, let me click the thing. That one. Border radius is 6. And the padding in here is like, we'll just try 8 pixels and see what happens. I don't think I have enough tabs open. Let's set the font weight a little bit heavier. I'm gonna try just like 700. 600. Do I need to make that a string? Oh, whatever. Let's get some top margin in here. This is roughly the same distance as the heading. So about 0.5. Okay, so this is kind of looking okay. Let's do a side by side. I'm gonna pull this out and hide the UI, zoom it out a little bit. Okay, so there are a few things that are immediately jumping out at me. Like one is this is using Roboto, so I'm gonna need to gonna put in Roboto. But I don't hate this. Like I think this is coming out okay. Our stickers, that tag is a little bit too big, so let's fix that. The tag is down here somewhere. Product type. Oh, I need to do this part too. So our top, we're gonna set this top to be, set it to be like, how about that? That's a little bit closer. We need to make the font size smaller. And we'll start with not small enough. That looks closer. That's close enough. And then I want the padding on the top to be a lot less. So we'll do that on the Y. And we'll set this to be a little bit more. No, it's not quite right. That's too much. So I'm just gonna like hard code some numbers here until it looks right. Two was right. That seems okay. Yeah. Let's also change the line height to just 1. That's okay. That's what was missing. It was the line height was too high. So if I set the padding to 1 again, okay, that's what I wanted. So I can just simplify this up. Padding 1. Cool. All right. So I think we're in pretty good shape here. So I've got my tags look right. Let me pull this back up side by side. So we've got the image is showing up the way that we want, and that's using, let me throttle the GPU here. How do I do that? Application, nope, network, that's the one. And I'm going to set it to fast 3G. And what I want to show is we've got image optimization in here so that the page gets up fast. And then you see that cool like traced SVG look? And I love that. I think I can just hide it too so that it's easier to spot. Let me make this bigger, and then I think I can move this over here so that we can look at it a little bit more. And I can take this, and where is placeholder. Like this is our placeholder. So I can just make this. Not gonna work? Oh, I gotta take the ARIA hidden off too. Why won't you just let me do the thing that I want to do? I just want to show it. Oh. That's the placeholder. So what if I make this? Man, I just wanted to show off a thing. There it is. Yeah. So this is the traced SVG version. So this like is a very small image that's determined at runtime by Sharp. So yeah, like this is very cool. I definitely did not have CMatrix running in the terminal in color because I actually don't know what CMatrix is. But if somebody knows who that was, share it in the chat. Yeah. So now that we've got this going, like I'm feeling pretty good about where we are. This button doesn't do anything yet, so it's just kind of like a placeholder button. But on the bright side, we're keyboard navigable, which I don't know if Derek's here today, but I think he would appreciate that. And we're just kind of starting out on the right foot here, where it's friendly to smaller screens. So here's what I'm going to do. I think with the remaining time, I'm going to make this work on a larger screen. And I think the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to use CSS Grid. And the way that I'm going to use CSS Grid is I'm going to flail around with it until something happens. So we'll start here. We'll go display grid. And then I'm going to put grid template column, I think it is. And I'm going to repeat. Oh boy, how much of this can I do from memory? I want it to autofill, right? So as many columns as we need. And then I need to set a min max, and the minimum is going to be 300 pixels, and the max will be 1 FR. What happens when I save this? Nothing, apparently. Oh, did I kill it? Oh, is it like rebuilding? What are you doing? Okay, didn't do anything like what I wanted it to do. So let's look here. It didn't take. Oh, I know what I did. I set it on the product card and not on the card container. So I just have to go back out here. Here is our card container. Oh, my computer's working so hard right now. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. Okay, let's maybe just give this a... You done? Oh, is it just failing? Yeah, it's just straight up failing. So that's okay. I wasn't waiting. It's just dead. Oh, is my network still Good looking out, Nikki. I would have, no joke, I would have looked at that for like the rest today and just thought that my computer needed to be restarted or something. Okay, so I got something in here wrong. Min max. Okay, I'm looking it up. I was hoping I could figure this out on my own, but yeah. Rachel Andrew and I believe Jen Simmons have done some really amazing work on this. This is not what I want though, because I don't think this has what I'm looking for. Min max and autofill. Yes, that's what that is exactly what I wanted. Grid template columns. It's always something like that. Okay, so that gets closer. All right. Okay. So we're kind of there. Why doesn't it give me? So like this. Oh, I guess it's just actually that wide. Well, that seems okay. All right. So then this is grid template columns, and we need grid gap. I'm gonna set the grid gap to 1 rem. That means cool. And let's make this a little bit narrower, maybe like 280. What do you think, chat? Seems like a nice responsive thing, but I'm noticing a couple things that I don't like. I want these to be bottom aligned. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into the product card and we'll run display flex, and then I'm going to set the flex direction to column, and then on this button I'm going to set the margin top actually to auto. That wasn't it. Let's see. Oh, I want to set justify content and everybody's favorite Dave Matthews song, The Space Between the Crooked Line. No, okay, that's not it. Damn it. Wait, that should have worked. All right. Let's figure out what's going on here. I want this. Right, so this should have oh, I want this to be in here. Nope. That's not it either. So I want, so the grid is going to make all of these occupy the same space. So if I set these to be all right, so I want this to be like full height, right? So maybe I can just set that to height 100%. Okay, but then that got weird. So why did that get weird? That got weird because it's being set to 100% of the window instead of being set to, no, that's not true either. being set to 100% of this for whatever reason. So that means what? I feel like these are all solved problems that people who are better at CSS than I am know. And I feel like I've done this a bunch of times and it's worked. Now I'm wondering if I should unwrap this thing. Because like this, because if I flex up here, right, and I just take, so if I take this, all right, let me just undo what I was doing. I'm gonna go back up here, I'm gonna drop this in. Okay. Then I'm gonna go here, grab that, and I'm just gonna drop it in to both of these. And also to the button, which is already set up that way. And then I'm just going to remove the div altogether. I have reasoning for that. My reasoning is I want it's closer, but still not there. I want these to be the right height. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now next I want to do, we want this here. Display flex. We're going to do justify content flex start. Okay, that gets us closer. Okay, but I want this one to be margin top auto. Ah. Yes. Okay. So this now needs to be flex start. Sorry, Dave. And this needs to be margin top auto. And then, okay, we're getting closer. And then these, instead of being padding top and bottom, are going to be left and right only. Okay. This one, though, probably can be. Just refactoring away over here to get closer to where I want to be. This one, that does what I want. Okay. Here I want. Oh, and then this one, instead of padding, is going to get an X of 8 pixels. Because that brings it in. Yep. Yep, that's what we wanted. And now we just need a margin bottom on this to make sure we have a minimum margin. And now things should work. And then I can probably just be really pushy about making sure that our product names are short so they don't go to 2 lines, but like this isn't the end of the world, right? Get it out of here. Don't save that, save this. Then I'm gonna stop and restart. No, I was apologizing to Dave Matthews because we weren't using the space between anymore. Although I probably, after what I just did, do owe Gatsby an apology. Okay, so now this is closer, but 2 things are going wrong. 1, this isn't enough space. And 2, I don't know that these need to be full width. I actually don't want them to be full width because I want there to be the details link. Oh, and that actually solves one of the things that I didn't like about this, which was that I didn't like that we were showing, like, putting some of the styles out of this. So instead, we can do a little container for our buy button. And in this buy button, I can also put in product detail page. We might design an actual arrow for this, but for now we're going to go with that. And okay, so that looks more like what I want. And then I can pull some of these pieces out here. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to drop that entirely. And then I'm going to also put it in here. And we're going to give this a padding of 8 pixels. Come on. Wow. Okay, that's closer. Good. And then I can also do, let's go display grid. I want the grid template columns, and we'll go with a repeat 2, 1FR. I think that'll just solve my problem. Yep. So now they're equally spaced columns. And then for this one, I want, we'll go with a display block. No, I don't even think I need that. I think I can just go text align center. Yeah. All right, now let's so the HTML named entities thing is like, I don't know why I've memorized so many of those, but back in the bad old days before emoji, you just had to know them. Now what? I want to center these. So let's go with align items center. Yeah, no, but I want it to be baseline. Look at that. That is exactly what I wanted. And if we line these up at the bottom, we can see the details are at the same baseline as that. Yes, good, excellent. I'm going to set the text decoration to none. Okay. Now what happens when we? That seems acceptable to me. I think that's a good. It seems like an appropriate thing to see. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. And then the color. Do we have link colors in here? We didn't really do any link colors, did we? Let's add to cart. Guess we can use the Netlify colors. So let's show the UI. Let's figure out what color this thing is. And that color is 007A70. So let's make our link color in here. $007A70. And then I'm going to go back out to this product card and we'll set the color to link. I think that's not a good color. But I don't have a better idea, and I don't want to sit here and just look at colors for a while. So I'm just going to leave myself a note. Work with Rafa on that. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like maybe this is a good stopping point. Like we got. Let me fix this bottom padding, and then we'll call it a good stopping point. This is our. Here, I'm just going to add some padding bottom. We'll give it 0.5 REM. Yeah, no, more. Yes, I like that. I'm happy. Okay, so at this point, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here. Let's get this committed up. Make sure that everything can go in. Good, so let's commit. Add product card styles. And I'm just going to push this right up to, I think, did I already set this? I did. Okay. Yeah, Nikki, I have heard about the Git CLI. I've been using Hub so long that I'm kind of like, I have mixed feelings about this because I have all my muscle memories around Hub, like this one, for example, and having an official CLI that like is basically the same thing but moves a few pieces of my cheese, I think is going to be very weird. Like I think it'll be all right, but yeah, it's definitely going to be weird. So here is, I guess I should go merge all of those. Here's the PR that we're working off of, if you want to go and look at it. And we also have, I think here, this is the deploy preview that will, once this is done, and this is one of the things that I am really happy about with the Netlify workflow is like so we made these changes locally. I just committed them and pushed them to this new store branch, and I have a pull request open already. So it's just rebuilding that pull request right now. And if we look, like we can see in here, what is it? Like swag site. Oh, I gotta do it in one that I'm logged in on. Pull it in over here. Here? There it is. Okay. Let me pull this one over. So the production deploys, like it's still up, right? But over here, it's just building out a version so we can see the work in progress and keep track of it as it goes. So momentarily here. Oh, you guys want to see something cool? I think this will work. Why did I say you guys? I haven't said that phrase in oh, that's frustrating. Y'all want to see something cool? I saw, I shared your tweet about serverless internally, and I was like, hey, what do we think about this? Did I not commit everything? Oh, whoops. Okay, I totally didn't finish committing everything. All right, so let's push. Okay, all good. And now we'll get a new deploy. That was not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted to push. And so now we're going in here. But yeah, I want to show you something cool. So this is completely unrelated to anything that we've done today, but it's something that I've been working on that I'm really excited about. which is deploy preview comments so that you can like get feedback on things. So check this out. Like this is an older, this is when we were working on the placeholder page. We're using this company called Pastel, which like Pastel in and of itself is very cool. But we have now, yeah, I know. I just want to show. So, so what this does is it basically lets you like go into commenting mode and then click somewhere, and you can leave comments like right in line on the deploy preview. So this is like really, really cool stuff that lets us like do some, yeah. Anyways, I'm really, really excited about this. I think it's super fun, and it is like such a useful way to quickly share a work in progress and get feedback in place. This is something that is only available in our build plugin preview. So the actual package is here. Right, so this is the package, and then if you want to get into the beta, if I can spell Netlify, plugin beta. Where is it? Is it the private beta? Why am I not finding this? I just found this yesterday. Oh, it was right in front of my face the whole time. And then because I get judged on these things, I'm going to add a UTM link. So let's call this swag store. And then we're going to put my name on it. If you want to look at the plugins, click that link. Pastel's intercom going, oh boy, 3? That is a lot. But so anyway, so now this deploy is now done, and I can go look at this deploy preview, and we have comments. I think this one might be closed because it's an old, oh no, here we go. Brand new. So if you want to go and leave comments on this feature, you can totally go do that. You can go play with it. And you just, yeah, anywhere you want to, you just go, I love this cat. And now you have left a comment, and anybody who wants to can go and leave feedback on this design. So yeah, that's where we are today. We are in, I think in pretty good shape here. Why is my, oh weird, my SVG broke. Womp womp. Okay, well, that's a thing to fix. Let's leave a note. Actually, I'm going to leave that note right in the PR, which is off screen for some reason. This one. Okay, note to me. But yeah, so this is, this is all up. It's live. You can play with it. You can do whatever you want with it. I think that's a good stopping point. I'm sick of hearing myself talk, so I imagine that y'all are feeling similar. But let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. We have tomorrow we are going to have Gift on the show, and I am so very excited about this for several reasons. First, Gift is amazing. Like if you aren't aware of Gift, you should go follow her. She's wonderful people. Second, we're going to use Gridsum, which Gridsum is something that is very exciting that I haven't used yet. It's supposed to be the Gatsby, like if you took Gatsby and rewrote it to use Vue, that's what Gridsum claims to be. And so I'm really, really excited to dig into it and give it a try and learn. Yeah, I want to see how it works. So I think it's going to be really fun. So yeah, anyways, tune in tomorrow. Go check out the schedule. Remember, you can add the whole calendar if you want to your you can like add this. Um, who's Tommy? Tony? I don't know who that is. While I wait for you to answer, I'm going to queue up a raid. Yeah, oh no, Tommy's not going to be here. It's just going to be me and Gift. So he may be in the. Oh no, nobody that I follow is live. Okay, let's go figure out who's live. Who should we follow, or who should we raid more accurately? Let's see, browse. Let's see who is live. Let's look for web development, and let's see here. GraphQL, React, TypeScript. Definitely not that guy. TDD Gamework, Spring and Vue.js, Java. I don't know about that. I don't know about that Java. Rebuilding Murphy. There's a lot of people streaming code. This is pretty awesome. Home screen design. Yeah, let's do this one. That seems fun. Let's raid JPEGzilla. I really hope that this stream is not inappropriate, because I don't know who this person is. So we're just gonna make this happen and see what goes on. Here we go. All right, y'all. Thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, set your calendars. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.